Picture this. You're earning $5,000 a month. That puts you comfortably ahead of the majority of people your age right now. You're not blowing money on luxury trips or brand new sports cars. You're actually pretty responsible with your money, or at least that's what you tell yourself. But it's the 28th of the month and you open your banking app and your account balance reads $43 until payday. $43. And you've got 4 days left until payday. Now here's what I need you to understand about this situation right away. This is not a you problem. This is a math problem built into the system, and the math has been quietly working against you this entire time. My name is Austin, and I spent 7 years working inside financial markets, and the number one thing I learned is something most people never get taught. Income and wealth are completely different things, and most people treat them as the same. Stay with me for the next 12 minutes, because this will change how you see your paycheck. Let's start with a real number. $5,000 a month gross income. I'll use a typical American example here, but this math works wherever you live in the world. After taxes in most places, $5,000 gross becomes roughly $4,000 take home, $4,000. That is your real starting point. Not 5, not 6, 4. Now watch what happens to that 4,000. And this is where it gets interesting. Rent or mortgage in an average city runs around $1,400 per month. A car payment, if you have one, adds another $400 on top of that. Insurance, phone bill, and internet together easily eat another $250. And groceries for one person will run you around $400 most months. We are already at $2,450. And we haven't bought a single thing we actually wanted. That leaves you at $1,500 for everything else in your life. Savings, emergency fund, clothing, going out, travel. Everything comes from that $1,500. And here's the thing most people completely miss about that $1,500. When you were in $2,000 a month, you built a whole life around $2,000. When you hit $3,000, your lifestyle quietly upgraded to match it perfectly. Now you're at $5,000. And somehow, life has expanded to cost exactly $5,000. Economists have a name for this. They call it lifestyle inflation. And it is invisible by design. I call it the treadmill trap. You run faster every year, but you never actually move forward. Here is exactly how this trap works on your brain. And this part is really important. Every time your income goes up, your brain silently recalibrates what feels normal to you. That apartment you used to love starts to quietly feel a little too small for you now. The car that felt totally fine starts to feel embarrassing next to your colleagues' cars now. The vacations that used to feel like enough start to feel like not quite enough anymore. And here is the crucial thing. This is not weakness. It is literally how human psychology works. There was a famous study from Princeton that found something most people find hard to believe. Beyond a certain income level, more money genuinely stops making people happier day to day, but it absolutely does not stop making them spend more. In fact, it speeds up. So the raise comes in. The lifestyle silently expands to absorb every dollar of it within weeks. And 3 months later, you are broke on the 28th again. Just at a higher level this time. Now you might be thinking, okay, I get it. I just spend too much. I need more discipline. But that is not actually the problem. And here's where I want to push back on that idea. The real issue is that most of your spending is completely invisible to you as it happens. Let me show you exactly what I mean with actual numbers you can verify yourself. Like that $1,500 in discretionary income. That is what we are working with here. Most people think they spend maybe $500 or $600 on fun stuff. Going out, food, hobbies. But here's what the actual data shows when people properly track their real spending patterns. Think about every subscription you are actively paying for right now. All of them at once. The average person is running 9 active subscriptions at any given point in time. 9. When researchers ask people to guess their monthly subscription costs, most people say around $80. The real number is $230. They are off by $150 every single month. That is $150 disappearing every month that you do not even think about. And then there's what I call convenience spending. This one is the silent account killer. The Uber Eats order because cooking felt like too much effort on a Tuesday night. The rideshare because parking felt like a hassle you did not need to deal with that day. The coffee every single morning because you didn't prep anything the night before. Each of these feels like nothing individually. $3 here, $12 there, but add them up across a full month, and you are looking at $300 to $500 gone. And here is what makes this so brutal. You genuinely did not enjoy most of that spending. It did not make you happy. It just happened while you were not paying attention to it. So now let me ask you something directly, and I want you to think about this honestly. When was the last time you got a raise and 3 months later actually felt like you had more money? Probably never. And I want to tell you, that is not a coincidence. That is a documented pattern. Now let me show you the 3 psychological traps that keep this exact cycle running non-stop. Trap number 1 is called present bias. And once you see this, you will not be able to unsee it. Your brain is hardwired to value things happening right now infinitely more than things in the future. When you choose between buying something today versus saving it for 5 years from now, your brain does not actually treat those 2 options as equal choices at all. The present moment feels completely real. The future version of you feels strangely abstract, which means every single spending decision you make is slightly rigged against your future self. Trap number 2 is called mental accounting. And this one is going to sound a little strange at first. People treat money completely differently depending on where it came from or what account it lives in. You are more likely to splurge a tax refund than your regular paycheck. And they are the same money. Your brain labels money based on its source and applies completely different spending rules to each label, which is why the moment your paycheck lands in your account, your brain marks it as present money, not future money, not savings, present money. And your brain wants to spend it immediately. Trap number 3 is the one nobody wants to talk about. Social spending pressure. The people around you set an invisible financial standard, and you feel quiet pressure to match it. The dinner that costs $80? Because that is just where everyone in your circle goes now. The birthday trip you cannot really afford, but cannot realistically skip without social consequences. None of these feel like major financial decisions in the moment, but together they drain everything. All right, quick pause here, because I want to point you towards something actually useful right now. If any of this is hitting close to home right now, I have put something together for you. Over on my Telegram channel, that is @AustinOnFin. I broke it all down step by step. It is a practical framework for finding exactly where your money is actually going each month. 3 specific changes that actually move the needle without turning your life into a spreadsheet. The link is right in the description below. It takes 30 seconds to join and it is completely free. Now let's keep going. Here's where things get really interesting and uncomfortable. I want to show you the cost of staying in this cycle, not in stress or comfort, but in actual dollars. Say you are 28 years old, earning $5,000 a month and saving on average $0. A lot of people end up slightly negative, quietly putting small amounts on credit month to month. But let us be generous. Let us say you save $0. Just $0. Nothing going anywhere. Here's what $0 savings from age 28 actually costs you by the time you hit 40. If you had put just $500 a month into a basic index fund from age 28 at a 7% average annual return, which is historically what broad markets have done, by the time you are 40, you would be sitting on approximately $114,000. That is not life-changing money by itself, but it builds a safety net which changes every decision you make. Now here's the flip side, and this part is genuinely uncomfortable to look at directly. Every year you stay in the broke by the 28th cycle, you are not just losing the money you didn't save, you are losing the compound growth on every single one of those months too. And it snowballs. The cost of every wasted month gets larger over time, not smaller. That is how compound math works. This is exactly why people who build real wealth before 40 almost never did it by earning more first. They did it by deciding that a percentage of their income belonged to their futures before lifestyle absorbed it. Now, I want to say something clearly. This is not about blaming you for being stuck in this cycle. The reason most people are stuck is because the entire system around them is engineered to capture money first. Banks earn their real profit margin on overdraft fees, revolving credit balances, and interest spread gaps. Subscription platforms are designed knowing that humans are terrible at canceling things they barely use. That crossed out anchor price, the countdown timer, the bundle deal that feels like you're saving money. None of that is accidental. It is the result of billions in behavioral research aimed directly at you. The game is designed for you to lose by default. Doing nothing is not neutral. It is losing. Here is a number that reframes this entire conversation when you actually sit with it properly. The average person spends 11 full years of their life watching television content, and less than 4 total hours across their entire lifetime on personal financial planning. This system wins because most people are never actually looking directly at it. So here's what actually works. Not financial theory, not motivation, actual concrete mechanics. The people I have seen genuinely break this cycle, and I have worked with a lot of them, all do 3 things. Step 1. Pay yourself first, automatically, the day after payday, before anything else touches it. Not at the end of the month when there's something left. There's never something left. That is the whole point. The day after payday, an automatic transfer moves a fixed amount out before you can see it or spend it. Even $200 a month. Even if it feels pointless right now. The habit matters more than the amount. Step 2. Audit every single recurring charge you have. One time, this week, 30 minutes total. Not a full budget, not tracking every single purchase. Just one thorough 30-minute audit of recurring charges. Most people find between $100 and $200 of spending they feel genuinely nothing about. That is found money. It costs you nothing to recover it, and it goes straight into step 1. Step 3. Create a 1-week delay rule on any non-essential purchase over a set dollar amount. $50, $100, whatever threshold feels right for your situation specifically. You want to buy it? Great. Add it to a list. Wait 7 days. Then come back and decide. You are not saying no. You are adding a tiny amount of friction between impulse and purchase. Research consistently shows that around 40% of impulse purchases feel unnecessary after 1 week. 40% gone. Without willpower, without discipline, without any special motivation at all. Automatic savings, subscription audit, 7-day delay rule. That is the entire system. These 3 things alone will change your financial picture more than any raise you're waiting on. Because the problem was never how much you were earning. It was the system running underneath your decisions. Here's the last thing I want to leave you with. And this might be the most important thing in the whole video. The goal is not to be perfect with money. You will have bad months. That is guaranteed. The goal is to build a system that keeps working even during the months when you are not paying attention. The automatic transfers still fires. The subscriptions stay clean. The delay rule is still running quietly. Think about it this way. You do not rely on willpower to not text while you are driving, do you? You put the phone in the glove box. You design the environment so the right behavior is just easier. Stop relying on motivation. Build the system. Then let the system do the work for you automatically. If you want the full breakdown, real examples, the audit process, everything, it is all in my Telegram at Austin on Fin. No fluff, no courses, no sales pitch. Just the breakdowns that actually help you move forward. Link is in the description. It takes 30 seconds and it is completely free to join right now. And if this video changed how you see your paycheck, drop a comment. I'll read every single one. Tell me what hit hardest, or tell me I'm wrong. Either way, I want to have that conversation with you. Hit subscribe if you want more of this, and make sure the bell is on so you catch the next one. Next week, the math that proves your salary will never make you rich and what to do about it.